Is Easter pagan or Christian? This is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Now, when big festivals come along like Christmas and Halloween, it kind of creates a bit of skepticism, especially among Christians, whether they should celebrate or not. Now, we know by historical facts and truths that Halloween is definitely pagan. Christmas itself has pagan origins, and now Easter as well. Well, if you look at Easter, there's nowhere in the Bible that talks about Easter. There's no word Easter in scripture, and of course there's nothing talking about Easter eggs and bunny rabbits. You cannot find it in scripture. So in that case, does that point to paganism? And I would say yes. If it's not found in the Bible, then I believe that you can distinguish it by scripture that Easter is not biblical. Easter as well, seemingly history comes from pagan origins, from Babylon, and Ishtar. It was seemingly a pagan goddess. And as well, the Anglo-Saxons used to worship this goddess called Ishtar. It was a spirit goddess that used to have sacrifices around the spring equinox, and they worshipped this goddess for fertility. And this is where the rabbits and the eggs come out of. Now, as I was doing my research, this is what I found, and this came among in the 8th century. So if you really look to it, then Easter itself is not Christian. But then we look at the Bible as well. The time of Jesus' crucifixion, of course, was in April. It was in spring. And it is widely celebrated among many Christians around the world because, of course, Jesus was crucified around spring, around the celebration of Passover. It was a Jewish festival. It was in reference to Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt as God Yahweh liberated the Israelites from hundreds of years of Egyptian oppression. So we know Jesus and his disciples were celebrating that at the Last Supper. Read Matthew 26 as Jesus and his disciples in the Last Supper. And as well in 1 Corinthians 5:8, Paul does tell us to acknowledge the Passover. Not really meaning that Gentiles celebrate a Jewish tradition, because we are Gentiles. We've been blessed through the Jews. We don't celebrate the Jewish tradition of Passover, but we celebrate Christ. Meaning Jesus is our Passover and came to set us free from sin. And we know this week of Easter, Christians obviously would never encourage anyone to celebrate anything to do with paganism. I couldn't. All I would encourage you to do is celebrate Christ, his crucifixion, burial and resurrection, as of course it was the most historical event in the history, and this week is celebrated for that. And that is to do with Christ's resurrection, not to do with Easter, not to do with bunny rabbits and Easter eggs. But of course, as followers of Christ, you acknowledge Jesus' crucifixion, burial and resurrection every day. But again, this was a historical week, and of course Good Friday was an historical day as Jesus was crucified and he rose again on the Sunday. But over time you have to understand that pagan origins have came in and tried to be mixed in with Christianity. You look at Christmas as well, which I do believe that Christmas is a pagan celebration, and Easter itself and the origins of Easter is pagan. But of course the pure celebration of Christ, because Jesus was crucified during the time of Passover. So anyway, that was my views on Easter. And again, if you did like this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. These videos, when you hit the like and subscribe button, these videos reach more people, and there is thousands of viewers who view my channel as well who have not subscribed. So please, I would really appreciate if you do. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you did enjoy this video, and I do hope to see you soon. Till then, be blessed.